until he falls cup over saucer for Claire.
Cup over saucer? I'm not sure it can get better than that. Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We're two friends in a fibre who knit, craft, crochet, talk everything in between. This is episode 240. My name is Jocelyn. My co-host is
Diana.
And we are fresh off a 2-hour random Zoom chat fun time.
Yeah.
Heavens only knows where this is going to go. It is the 31st of October today, which means it's Halloween. What a best holiday ever. Mind you, everybody else will see this on Wednesday.
Yeah. So it's like after the fact, but yeah, it's whatever. It's Halloween.
It's
Halloween for us.
Which means the most important adult holiday happens tomorrow. And if you're thinking National Knit a Sweater in a Month, you are incorrect. It is National Halloween Candy Goes on Sale Day tomorrow.
Yep.
Which, if we're honest, is what the adults are waiting for. No?
It's what everyone who's over the age of trick-or-treating is waiting for.
Yeah. It's like, am I mailing stuff tomorrow? Because I know the Rexall local to me who's got the post office in it will have candy on sale. Yes, I am. I'm over the age of trick-or-treating. It's a thing. All right, we are gonna get going if we can. There might be a super random cut. We'll warn you guys in advance. I'm waiting on an Amazon order, so who knows? Life is happening. I have a new background.
Yay!
I flipped my office and bedroom around, so now my office is in the bigger room and my bedroom's in the smaller room. Turns out when all you do is sleep in your bedroom, you don't need as much square footage as you think.
Yeah.
So I am excited. We're still in the process. Of finding things. So stuff could still move, people. Stuff could still move. Diana, do you want to let everybody know what we're going to cover in the show notes?
This week we have planned What's in Our Cup, Cool Threads, Woolly Workings, Yarn on the Go, and Wool Gathering. Because apparently we don't read books this week.
I'm watching Babylon 5. I have something to do.
That's fine.
Good. I'm good.
You read how many books? Like 20 some odd books in like 2 weeks?
I'm over 80 books for the year, so I'm doing okay. In my Nightmare Before Christmas mug.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
I have I have the last of my Fireside Chai from North Star Tea Co. The last of it. The bag's empty.
That was the local tea place, right?
She is a local small tea, like doesn't own a shop. You find her at markets person.
Nice.
I think she might have like online tea presence, but I've never checked it out. Does that make sense? There's a bunch of small print on the back of the package. I'm sure that has a bunch of information I would find very handy. And I'm not putting any of it under a magnifying glass to find out, people. If there's a link, Diana will have it in the show notes because Diana is good like that.
If there's a link to be found, I will find it.
You will find it. So while I indulge in a little cranberry crumble, what's in your cup?
In my cup today, I have some Crisp Autumn Morning from Kettle. It's a herbal tea that's very sweet. I've just left my little tea steeper dinosaur in here. And it smells like, well, right now, I put a shot of scotch in it. So right now it mostly smells like scotch. But when you don't put a shot of scotch in it, it's like apples and spice and I don't know, some other stuff. It does very much smell like cider on a crisp autumn morning. But then I put some Fire and Cane whiskey in it from Glenfiddich Distillery. It's part of their experimental line. So now it's Crisp Autumn Morning by a Fire.
I'm eating a cranberry crumble from the Stella's Bakery close to here. Which is exactly
what it sounds like. The two work together really well. It's like, yeah.
I was serious. I made a pot. It's my last.
Ooh.
And I just brought the pot over here with me. I'm not doing this getting up and refilling my cup halfway through nonsense. Not this week. Not this week. All right. What happens next?
Cool threads.
Been up since 6. I'm tired.
What have you been wearing this week?
Mostly it's just my mallow cardigan and my Find Your Fade. When I have been wearing my knits out of the house, that is because we're still we're in that. Some days we get up to like the double digits or like almost double digits. What you guys have to remember is it was 2 degrees Celsius out this morning when I went for my walk this morning. And I put on my lightly lined spring fall cobalt raincoat because it could have done like that snow rain thing it does.
Mm-hmm.
And I put my Find Your Fade on. And I didn't have it wrapped up tight. I had it really nice and loosey-goosey.
Mm-hmm.
The coat was not done up. I have on leggings of the not thick variety. A long t-shirt covers the posterior. The coat's also long, so like it goes down. And my walking boots. There is nothing heavy about anything with a tank top and this sweater, which is a summer weight sweater. I just about melted to death. Open coat. Open coat. Open coat. It's too early yet for me. Diana would have been walking beside me in a wool coat with a hands in her pockets. Yeah.
Oh yes, absolutely. Scarf done up tight, hands in pockets, knee-length wool coat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could teach you how to run warm, I would do so.
I would take that Skillshare class.
I think a lot of people would take that Skillshare class. I would love to share that skill. I just don't know how I do it. What have you been wearing? It'd be far more exciting for you.
I have been wearing my Rivers wrap and my Sister's Favorite Things shawl that go very nicely with both the leather jacket on the warmer fall days and the aforementioned knee-length wool coat on the colder days. You
wear Jocelyn around. I'm never going to get tired of saying that. Just so you know.
Yes, the Jocelyn coat. It's cold today. Better put on Jocelyn.
Mm-hmm. Never going to get old. Well, with the wrap up of the month, by the time everybody sees this, the 1st of November will have come and gone. So do we want to talk about what we're working on so we can talk about things like National Knit a Sweater in a Month?
Yes.
We should talk
Let's
about
do
what
it.
We're working on. And I actually just have 3 projects this week. Though I have one I'm casting on tomorrow morning. Because tomorrow's the 1st of November.
Yeah, I cheated. It's the 1st of November somewhere.
It's fine. It's because I don't have the needles. Somewhere. I don't have the needles free to cast on right now. So it's got to wait till tomorrow when I have the needles free. These are the colors I have chosen. Some teal, everybody will remember, and some classic gray. I'm supposed to be doing this Boho Throw cardigan in February for the 2-week sweater challenge. I'm casting it on tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to find another sweater for the 2-week sweater challenge.
I was really skeptical that you were gonna actually wait till February.
I mean,
like I have the pattern, I have the yarn. I'm like, there's no way she's waiting till February.
No, I mean, you're not wrong. And it's not like I didn't have alternatives because there were like 2 other sweaters in the running that had a really good chance of being the sweater I casted on tomorrow. But a really good chance.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm feeling that throw on the cardigan vibe. Instead of like a pullover or a sort of a heavier winter vibe. So no, we're doing it. We're doing it. Oh no, I have to go find another sweater pattern before February. Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, hardship.
Whatever will I do?
Look at all of the pretty sweater patterns more.
Look at more pretty sweater patterns. Oh, the horror, the tragedy.
Woe is me.
Oh, I have such a rough life, you guys. I need to eat cranberry crumble just to compensate for it. So I have not casted it on, but that is strictly because I have a check-in with Louise on Thursday. So I need to finish some things before I cast something else on, especially when the check-in this month is all about sweaters.
I guess I should talk about my sweater then.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Okay.
going to sit here quietly and eat sugar.
My sweater is not for me. It is for my mom, whose birthday is in December. And so if I can actually successfully knit, as I make so much noise next to the microphone, I apologize. I thought, oh, I'll just put it on this corner of my desk. There's nothing over there. The reason there's nothing over there is because the microphone goes across that part of the desk and I can't reach anything if I put it there.
The microphone is barely farther away than the width of my hand right now, and I'm eating. I'm sure your knitting needles will be fine.
Tap, 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 tap. It's ASMR now.
Mm-hmm.
So I had been very intrigued by the Boho Throw cardigan, but I'm like, I don't think that's really a me cardigan. And then I was visiting my mom and she was wearing this sweater and I'm like, oh, that has very similar colorwork designs to the Boho Throw. So I think I know who I need to make that for now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
So I actually went to 2 different yarn stores yesterday trying to find suitable yarn. I went to the first place and I bought some Cascade Eco in like a medium dark gray and cream, and like it's okay, but like even on the way home I'm like, no, I have buyer's remorse. These aren't the right colors. I'm not going to be enthused about this project. And so I went to a different yarn store and I bought different yarn. So I bought 2 sweater quantities of yarn yesterday.
Well, the cream and like the dark gray will be great for something for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's sitting, it's right here. Hang on.
Wait a minute. She says we can show you.
We have the technology.
Hey, so we could show off October Sock Color Club Way. Did you get it?
Yes.
You showed off. I could go get mine. It's literally right behind me.
It smells vaguely sheepy. I like it. Anyway, so I got this like medium dark brown, gray. It's not brown. I know my colors. Does it say what color it is? It doesn't. Okay, whatever. It's gray and white, cream, I don't know, natural. So like perfectly good colors. But I'm like, they're not mom colors.
Do you know what I'm seeing? For you? A nautical striped sweater.
Yeah, I'm absolutely certain there's a colorwork bulky sweater yoke thing that I can do for myself. So like, not upset.
Oh yeah, no. Not in the but those, it's good yarn.
Yeah. So I'm not returning the yarn. I'm gonna keep the yarn, but that's not my mom's sweater yarn. No. Because my mom's like warm, earthy fall tones is her thing.
No, that is absolutely your mom's colorways.
So I got this nice toffee color. The colorway is actually toffee. And I put the ball band in the garbage, but never mind that. It is Peyton's Alpaca Blend from Yarnspirations. So it's 60% acrylic, 22% wool, 10% nylon, and 8% alpaca. So not good. Machine washable, but that's okay. So it's a single ply.
I feel like your mom's old enough to be able to handle a hand wash item now.
She absolutely is, yes. So it's single ply, very soft, not at all scratchy, with just a hint of a halo. So I think it's going to be very nice and cozy. So this is my main color. I got, I think, 7 balls of this. It's a nice warm brown toffee color. Also, Toffee Faye is her favorite candy. So, toffee seemed like a real...
on many levels.
Yeah. And then I was hoping there would be like a dark bluey green sprucey sort of color.
Okay.
They did not have a dark green color. They had this dark blue color, which is close enough to what I wanted. I was hoping for something a little more green, but blue works. So this is Blueprint in the same yarn, and it's got a bunch of toffee fuzz on it now. So like it's, and like they work together. They absolutely work together.
Oh no, I think they're quite pretty.
So not quite what I was going for, but it will do. So last night I was really pumped about this. So I did my little swatch to make sure that I had everything okay.
Guys, we talked her into doing this on Friday.
I know. And then suddenly I'm like so excited about this thing.
I didn't even have to leave my apartment and I still didn't cast on.
swatch is like close enough to gauge
Yeah.
that like it's slightly small, but I think I always
It'll be
have
fine.
problems with sweaters growing. Like I got gauge on my flax and then I wear it and like grows, and I definitely washed it and tested it and everything, but so I guess
Superwash, right?
is it? I guess it is, yeah.
And
Anyway.
a sweater has more weight than a gauge.
Yeah.
So you will get
So
growth.
I'm not at all concerned that it is slightly small once it's washed and blocked and worn.
You
It'll
won't
be
get as
fine.
much. You won't get as much growth as you would with a superwash because a big bulk of that yarn content is acrylic, and acrylic doesn't really
Yeah.
grow.
Yeah. So like it's
But you'll get
close
a bit of
enough.
growth.
If it doesn't grow at all, that's fine. But
Mhm.
it'll probably grow a little bit just like putting it on, and yeah.
Wearing it, yeah.
Also, it's like an oversized sweater anyway, so I'm super not worried.
Well, no, you're supposed to be chillaxed about it. So
Yeah.
mine's entirely acrylic because I don't really want it to grow.
So I've
What
got
I'm going for.
I cast on this morning and I have the entire hem of the back piece done.
Oh my word. Bulky, man. She's just
Bulky,
so
man.
fast.
It's great. So my mom's conveniently the same size as me. And
Ooh,
so if
that
this is my
helps.
back piece, like it's just beyond my shoulders right now. So
you're good.
I'm good.
Oh, you get to cheat. My mom is not the same size as me.
It's highly convenient. We're like the same height and the same width, mostly the same dimensions. I have much more boob than my mom does. But other than that, we're more or less the same dimension. Her arms are longer.
My mom likes baggy sweaters, so I make it at my size, but it becomes a problem with sleeves and body length because my mom's 5'4", guys. I do not need to make as much body for her as I do for me.
And yet, how many of your sweaters has she walked off with?
Then she complains that the sleeves are too long. Because I didn't make it for you, I made it for me. The Summer Nights cardi, the one I crocheted that really looks good on her. She's like, I need more like this. I'm like, well, it's because it's elbow sleeves, Mom. It's supposed to be full length sleeves. I gotta crochet my mom some more summer cardigans, guys.
Yep. Is November one of those months that conveniently works out to have like 5 weeks in it ish? Because there's 5 pieces to this.
30 days. It's got 30 days, right? November's got 30 days, so break it down by day content.
Okay, so every 6 days I need to finish a piece.
Yeah.
So I need to finish this by the 6th.
Yeah. Well,
and there's 2 front pieces.
Yeah.
And 2 sleeves.
And that, weirdly enough, it's going to be your front pieces that are going to be. No, I'm still going to go here. They look more, but I think you've still got more across your back than you do your front because the rows will be shorter across the front, even with the drape.
I think the front pieces are actually slightly wider than the back piece.
Okay. In which
looking
case,
at the schematic.
Your front will take more time than your back does because usually it's your back piece that has, because the rows are longer, so they just take longer to do.
Yeah, but the front is like 2 of the back pieces basically. So I'm doing this a lot of times.
You can also always eat in a little bit to your sleeves because really a solid, straight, bulky sleeve in the round, like you're gonna whip through that.
It's actually got decreases. The sleeves apparently.
So good.
So it's like I'm really into this.
It's also a headband, head wrap.
Yeah.
Turban. Like I don't even know what you're doing anymore.
And look, I was so into this. I wove in my ends as I went. So like I don't even have ends. I'm into it. I'm so into this.
Keep going. Keep going. You're ahead of me. Try to stay ahead of me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, and I just wanted to show off the fun rainbow needles that I bought.
Those are cool.
Because they're
what
just because I didn't because I have 2 interchangeable sets of the Knit Picks needles, but they only go up to 8mm, and I need an 8mm and a 10mm for the sweater. So I needed to buy some 10mm, and they conveniently had Knit Picks interchangeables. So but they didn't have them in any that matched my existing sets. So I have the rainbow ones now, but they're exactly the same. And I got the longest cord that they had because I know myself.
No, you need the long cord because now you can magic loop those sleeves like nobody's business.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm very excited about this. The next part is all textury and involves lots of slipping of stitches and like counting to 3. So I'm not going to work on that while we record because I have to count to 3 and I was having trouble counting to 1 earlier.
I failed to purl on the wrong side for an item I'm about to show you, so that's fine. You're not alone. You're not alone. All right. Oh my gosh.
So that's my big fancy new thing that I'm all excited about, which you're never going to see on Instagram until after my mom's birthday. No, because she looks at our Instagram, but she does not watch the podcast.
That's okay. I'll post pictures on Instagram of mine. It'll be fine. So I finally picked up the shawl that I started designing, however many months ago.
Oh yeah, a while back.
Can you tell I need a blocking? Look at this dip in here, which doesn't actually exist. Well, when you block it, it blocks out fine, right? When I start to stretch it to pull it out, but right now it's because it gets crammed into places, so then the yarn ticks on that profile. See that stitch marker? That's how much progress I made this week.
Yay, that's about a me amount of progress.
That is a you amount of progress. Guys, I had some
Thank you for making me feel good about my progress.
We're not even going to start with what I changed my whole bloody apartment setup this week, woman.
I know, when you're severely handicapped that I can catch up.
Take it. I still technically don't have a living room. I have a headboard living in it.
I know, you reorganized your entire apartment and still had the same amount of knitting that I usually do.
I try to help. So in theory, whenever this gets done, it will be a shawl design out for testers at some point, probably in the new year, I suspect, given how I've been doing with things. I am obsessively checking my phone, guys. I do not want to miss the Amazon order, guy. Do not want to miss it. So I've been making slow progress on that now that I've been able to pick it back up. I had advent calendar that had to go out the other week. This month has been stupendously busy. Stupendously busy. We have the same number of projects, which means you get to go.
I get to go. Okay. Well, I guess I'll talk about the thing that I'm knitting on right now. Mm-hmm. Hey, look, I have the cuff of the other Diana sock. Hey. Actually, now that I have this other sock right here, how close am I? Like a couple more rows. Need a couple more rows. And then they're the same.
They're the same.
So yay, it's the second Diana sock designed by the wonderful Nikki Knits. These are the socks that are for me with the lace that is not, it's simple but not too simple and has no center double decreases, and I'm eternally pleased with this.
Your enjoyment level of that has not gone down in months.
I know. I'm working on them, so the amount that I've been working on them does not accurately reflect my excitement about the existence of this pattern.
No, I believe you. I know you're excited about this pattern.
And once again, the yarn is from Fireweed Fibre Co. This is Purple Finch, which was the January Sock Club yarn this year. In case you weren't aware, we absolutely love Erin's yarn because it's pretty.
Shameless flags. We were catching sneak peeks of the Christmas colors.
Oh yeah. And helping name it.
Oh yeah.
It's good times.
So good. So good. Oh, we should show off October Sock Club yarn.
Oh yeah, while we're on the subject.
Let's do that.
Get off my head. Okay.
Strangely enough, when you knit really tight with acrylic, there's no stretch. So knitting two together becomes a bit of a pain in the butt.
A bit, yeah. Where did I put it?
That is a whole other question. You guys, I have been working on another pattern design. It's not just shawls up in here. I've been working on the purple house socks. Why is it taking so long? As I don't actually like ribbing. This is a non-secret.
You've designed a pattern that is like 2/3 ribbing.
Because it's just the most forgiving. It's just the most forgiving. And I'm doing it toe up and writing it so that everybody can do their own pair toe up with minimal math and get what they're looking for, which is just huge, right? So while I need to rib back some inches of ribbing and add extra stitches, I knew I had to increase stitches around my calf. That's just the nature of my calf. That is how my calves are designed. That is how it needs to happen. I forgot to do that. I was ribbing. I wasn't paying attention. Thank heavens I am seeing Erin this week because, yep, I'm going to need some help. Could I pull it out on my own? Probably. Do I particularly want to take the risk? Not really, no. Because what would be even worse is having to do it all again. That would be no fun. Worse. That would be even worse. So I put a clippy marker in where I knew I had to do an increase, and I just kept going. I wasn't paying attention, but I did make some more progress so I had like a foot's length when we talked. I'm over the foot length now.
Woo! Progress.
Now, having said that, guys, I still from where it is, I still need another hand span. I have a very long leg.
No, you don't say.
This would also be helped if I had regular length legs, but I do not. So it's like when you bought the house socks when they were first really big and they came out, and like Chapters had house socks. They were that mainstream, right? My mom, I don't know why, she bought me lady socks. I don't know why. They always sat down, bunched down at the bottom of my ankle because I could not pull them up over my calves. I've always just assumed this is a problem with the socks and not my calves. Because my calves are rock solid. They are all muscles. There's no flabby in the calvy. Just, I might be squishy in other places, but that's not one of them. So it's all Mooscle. It's all Mooscle. Which makes sense given I walk so much. Pretty logical.
Does make sense, yes.
It does make sense. So I was like, I see all the patterns and I see these beautiful color work patterns and beautiful. I'm like, I'd still have to add stitches because my calves are still beefier than the standard calf. So I was like, whatever, I'll just make my own. That's what I'm doing. Which means, because I want to do it and I don't want to have people not be able to use the pattern if they don't need the extra stitches or feel uncomfortable with things to make it looser and tighter. So I'm essentially, you know how when you buy the fish lips kiss heel, you get all the extra info. These socks are turning into that. It's just so much additional information I'm putting in there so people can literally have their own worsted weight sock recipe and make house socks. And you don't need to have a set number. You don't need to be a set size. You can literally do it from a foot form, or if you're doing it for yourself, your foot. And go from there and use your favorite heel. Use your favorite heel and do the things the way you want to, and not pry into the clear great things like Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. Yes. And Judy's magic cast on. There's things that I do not need to reinvent the wheel on. Those are excellent ways to start and end socks. Use those. But right now it's toe up only because that's what I do. That's what I know. That's what I love. We'll see. And I'm going to make a short version and a tall version. So we're miles away because I only have so many sets of needles. They're all being needles. Used.
Cast on more things.
Oh, I really do need to get some stuff finished. I'm running out of places to put projects.
Storage locker. You're getting a storage locker?
Yeah, for my Halloween stuff.
And get another one for your knitting stuff.
I don't know how I'm going to store my skeleton because I don't have a box to put him in. He might just go down as is. Oops. Oh, well. It's fine. So I'm making slow progress on that, but I have to put that away this week. I can't look at the ribbing. Can't. I'll do some more pattern writing for it. So I've only got one thing left, and it's a brand new cast on because I love making you make show notes.
Okay, give me 2 more stitches, and then I can put this down.
Sure.
And pick up the other thing. I also have a new cast on, which I will talk about now because it's not exciting at the moment. I needed a vanilla sock because I did not have a vanilla sock.
Well, yeah.
So, and also Nikki Knits is doing a knit along of her new even heel sock pattern.
She is. Did you cast one on?
I did. Ooh. Look at this little cuff. Ooh, so these are some new vanilla Mr. Diana socks. So far there's about an inch of blue cuff.
Okay.
It's blue, very nice. Because the body is going to be Belted Kingfisher, which I think is the September yarn.
I believe so, yes.
I don't know, the ball band's right here. September, yes, it's the September yarn from Fireweed Fiber Co. And it's got the light blue and the dark blue and the white and the speckles of red. And but also I just really love this heathered blue color, and I kind of want a whole sweater of heathered blue. It's so pretty.
So I feel like every time you hold up a variegated colorway, I say the same sweater. You could do a half moon tee out of that. I'm going to continue to say that till you cast that on.
You know, it'll happen.
I know, because you put mine on. So yes. I know it's going to happen.
It is absolutely happening. So yeah, it's an even heel sock pattern, but so far it's some 1x1 ribbing. 72 stitches of 1x1 ribbing. Yeah.
Mexy.
Yeah, it's not exciting. I have one more thing.
Well, that's fine. So do I. Because again, we have the same number of things this week because I was severely.
We're going to talk about the October yarn from the
Bird Club. Yes, let's talk about the October Sock Club.
October.
Look at that orange
and yellow with black speckle. Look at this. It's pretty.
Look at that.
It's pretty.
Just going to be like a cheerful pair of socks.
Yeah.
So cheerful. So happy. So happy. So good. So good.
Okay, now I can put that over there. In the place that I can't reach. This bit of hair. And I need to have some words.
Apparently, you need to have some serious conversations.
And just like that little group of like 10 strands of hair
is refusing to capitulate to your demands.
I just want it to not hang down in front of my nose. That's all I'm asking of it.
Too much. You're asking too much.
Apparently.
All right. So I literally just complained I have too much on my needles. What did I do? I cast it on a new item this week. Because of course I did.
Of course you did.
Because of course I did. And some of the wonderful yarn that the Susanna sent me, there was 2 big balls of like a pumpkin spice colorway, a fall colorway that had already been color divided up. And I've decided that I'm going to make essentially another cocoon cardi. So if you'll remember a hot minute ago, like a coon's age, I don't even know how long a coon lives. A coon's age, dog years ago, I made from a YouTube tutorial from Yarnutopia, who's the lady who taught me to crochet with her 365 granny square challenge, because I did her granny square tutorial videos, right? Has a crocheted cocoon cardigan. I made my first one out of Burnett Premium in the tweed colorway, and then I had the red collar around banding on the edge.
Right. Yes.
Remember. Yeah.
I do remember. Like, took a second.
I want another one. It's comfy. I like it. I need another one. So I'm
also,
looking
didn't
at
you make that in like 2 weeks?
Give or take. Yeah. Like it's so fast to make because it's a giant granny square that you turn into a cocoon cardi. So it's just like you just keep going in a square and then you fold so like hemming and you're done. You're like, how did this even happen? What even is my life? So I wasn't sure. I'm still not entirely sure it'll be big enough for me with the amount of yarn that I do have. In theory, yes. But we're gonna have to see how theory works out.
Theory is a little sketchy some days.
But I figure worst case scenario, I can always do a couple of rounds in the crochet in the neutral color that I'll be using to bind off. If I have to.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because it's gonna color go anyway. So I can show you guys how much progress I've gotten done. Which I mean, it's not a lot to show because it's literally it's a square, guys. So convenient. I have big chairs with wide back support pieces. It's just living off the back of my computer chair.
Perfect. I mean, that's
Super
where I keep
easy.
my blankets. So
Works. So I'm into my second ball of like yellowy orange by my hook. So
oh, that's such a cheerful color.
isn't it?
I love it.
So I can't have it next to my face when we're done because it's not a good close to the face color for Jocelyn. But it's this beautiful, cheerful, sort of like mustardy yellow and light flecks of pumpkin orange in it right now.
So cheerful. I love
We got
that
a ways
very much.
we got a ways to go, but this will be my back. Like this will show up in my back section. Here's the crochet hook I'm using. I know everybody wants to see those. Let's see those. I have this much of this color left to do. So it's not like a decent sized ball, right? It's worsted. And then I have back. And then I'm going to go to, are you the pumpkin orange? Then I'm going to go to pumpkin orange. Pumpkin.
Very nice.
And
Finish my cuff.
Excellent. And then I'm going to go to this russety brownie red color.
That's going to be so nice.
Oh, it's
hair.
so nice.
Oh my God, hair.
Do I know how I'm finishing it off? Not a hot clue.
That's a later problem.
People. That's a later problem. I'll figure that out later. Look, it's ball band. Yeah, because I've got 2 of these Karen cakes. Yeah, Karen cakes. At 7.1 ounces. So it's 200 grams. So technically I have 400 grams to make the body of the cardigan with, which should be enough.
In theory, theoretically.
In theory, it's 14 ounces because that's how much she used for hers. And it's designed to be a one size fits all. So it's a baggy cardigan. So in theory, that's enough. Then my next problem is pick a yarn to be the contrasting hem detail around the neck and around the cuffs. And what I think I might do, because I know I have to go buy yarn for it, is I may pick up and knit my collar and my cuffs, and even though it drives me up the flippin' wall, ribbit, and then make a full sleeve.
So when you're cursing at all of the ribbing, just remember this moment.
Bloody fault. I did it to myself. No one to blame but me.
Just making sure you know that. Okay.
I am aware. I also know how good it looks. Like I complained the whole time I was doing it on the Cozy Up Knit Simple Hug. Still did it because it looks really good.
Okay.
I'm complaining the whole length of these socks. I'm gonna love it when it's done. It's just the process I don't enjoy. The end product I enjoy. So it's fine.
And I will laugh at you the whole time.
Please do. Please do. I will have earned it and then some. So. But I mean, I started that Friday morning, so.
That's a lot of progress from Friday morning.
Crochet, man, it's so fast. It's so nice. This is why I brought the teapot over, so I could just pour more tea.
Guess it's time for me to talk about my last thing.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I'm free pouring into a black cup live on the podcast.
Good luck with that. I'm waiting to hear sploosh.
Hey, I'm doing the super handy blind person trick. I stuck my finger inside the cup. So when the tea hit the finger, I knew stop filling it up.
Makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, what's going on? What are we doing?
Oh
what
yeah,
are we doing?
chai tea. So okay. I don't know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing.
I continued working on clue 1 of the Stephen West MKAL.
I didn't even pick it up.
If for whatever reason you don't want spoilers for clue 1, I think clue 4 is out now. So Yeah. So if you still don't want spoilers for Clue 1, look away now, I guess.
Oh
But I
my
don't feel like this is a
gosh.
spoiler at any by any stretch.
Oh, not.
I finished the wedges. Hey, look at me. I finished
Hey.
the wedges and I did all of the I-cord and I picked up the stitches. Hey.
I'm still
The
ahead of
next
Diana.
section.
That's the important
You
part.
definitely are. Also, I don't know what the heck I did wrong, but like my 9th wedge is just like hanging off the edge.
It's just free floating.
It is a bit. I'm not overly concerned about it because, Stephen West, say yes, don't stress. It's going to be a weird shape anyway. That's fine. I just don't. I'm so certain that I followed the pattern exactly and like all the stitch counts worked out.
Oh,
So I don't know where I went wrong.
so you're not the only person that sometimes just patterns and you don't get along. Remember Sarah from Cozy Up Knits, right?
Yeah.
She did her I-cord bumps wrong.
Oh no.
And she could not figure out what she'd done for like a hot minute. So they were talking about it on the podcast. Like we've all been there. We've all been there where we swear we've read the instructions right and it's the pattern and it's not us and our numbers are right and still it's off. Like we've all been there. We've all rage quit knitting.
I don't know.
So now I'm super paranoid because that's the part I'm at. Like, oh man.
Like the stitch counts all worked out. I was not missing stitches or I did not have extra stitches at any point.
Yeah.
But anyway, so now we got this tiny little pickups around there. So I don't know. Whatever. It's fine.
Whatever, it's fine.
Whatever, it's fine. So there we go. There's part 2 of Clue 1. It's a bit like a turban.
Neither one of us, when we started this MKAL, thought we would finish on time, and we weren't worried about it then, and I'm not going to worry about it now.
I started 2 weeks late, so it absolutely was not happening.
No. It just amuses me greatly. All right. I'm glad you have made some progress. I really need to pick mine up and work on mine. Oh.
I have not bothered trying to put a progress keeper on it because the direction of the knitting changes so often. It's like,
No. And now you'll always know right versus wrong side because you can see.
Oh yes,
your right side.
I also made sure.
Easily.
I know it looks like an absolute mess on the back side, but these are all woven in. I just haven't trimmed them, so all of my ends are woven in.
Oh yeah, I did the same thing too. But I mean, you and me, neither one of us, I think, trimmed till after we block.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is why it looks like a hot mess, but I swear it's not. They're all woven in.
So done and done. Oh, look at that. All about the knitting.
Ta-da!
All right. Which really just leaves everybody's favorite
I have some yarn on the go. I will talk very briefly.
You do.
So the reason I cast on a new vanilla sock, aside from I just haven't done a vanilla sock in a while, is I went to see a movie in a theater with other humans. I met some people from the internet to go see a movie and then have drinks after.
Yep.
Wild concept. I was out making friends in the new city that I've lived in for a year and a half. I finally made some friends.
Not a wild concept, guys.
It felt like a wild concept.
It needs to come with that little label at the bottom that says over dramatization.
You know what? No. I mean, okay, so but it was a little bit wild though, because the people that I was meeting are the people that I've been doing the sci-fi fantasy book club with. So I only knew their voices. I didn't know their faces at all. So it was really wild to meet these people from the internet and I only knew their voices, and suddenly there's like a full human standing here who is real and not just like an AI on the internet.
I mean, I don't know how to reply to this without just like sounding like I'm going for sympathy points. Because Diana, you realize I have no idea what most of our Patreon members look like because I can't see well enough to see them through Zoom.
Okay, fair.
I do understand the feeling. It happens to me a lot. fishing for sympathy because I'm like, no, I get it. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's totally a thing.
Fair. I had not considered that. Anyway, that was not the point of the story. The point of the story was I cast on a vanilla sock so that I could knit in the dark theater.
Which, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, this did not exist yesterday morning. It happened. I cast on in the afternoon so that I could do the 1x1 rib in the dark, which I did without screwing it up.
If there's any rib you should be able to do in the dark, it should be 1x1 rib.
I managed it.
Excellent.
So there. That's my reasoning for my 1x1 sock.
You met your book club buddies.
Yeah.
And you guys saw Dune.
Yeah. We're on to our last section.
I know.
Oh my god.
It's my favorite section.
Oh no, okay. I need some tea before this. I need to fortify myself.
Oh yeah, time for the unscripted Patreon ad. You guys, it's time for wool gathering. We're gonna gather some wool. Not literally.
Weekly unscripted Patreon ad. Here we go.
Right, Jocelyn, don't look at screen. Don't interact. Look, I'm knitting.
If for some reason you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernknitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patrons only Discord channel, where we are active at all hours of the day and night and anywhere in between, talking about absolutely everything under the sun and the clouds and the snow and the everything. What else? There's early access to bonus content, occasional random Zoom cast on parties that we decide like the night before, pretty randomly.
An hour before we went on, I just popped onto Facebook chat to see if Louise was on, and she was sitting at home, so I just invited her in. It's like, hey, so yeah, doing anything
occasionally we have we occasionally do spur of the moment collabs with other podcasts. Apparently, I found that out today. That's cool.
I was like, hey, wait a minute. Well, I mean, if she's chilling at home knitting, why don't you jump on Zoom and chat?
No, it was great. Us? So it was really great to interact on a not delayed chat.
Yeah, it was nice. It's nice.
So it's usually my interaction with her.
Yep. All right.
What else? Oh, there's the bi-weekly experimental Tuesday post. I still need to do mine for this Tuesday, which I guess will have gone up yesterday by the time you see this, but I'm gunning for Gatorade bread. It's been on my list to do for a couple of months now, and I finally have Gatorade. So I'm going to try some Gatorade bread. I don't remember what I was saying. I think I was saying something about Patreon. Anyway, join us on Patreon. It's fun. Oh, I remember what I had to say. The higher tiers of support, we do the e-knit-in every month on the second last Saturday at noon Manitoba time. The next one of those will be November the 20th. I have written down. Excellent. So November the 20th at noon Manitoba time is when that's happening. Oh, and lives. Our next live episode will be on Sunday, November the 7th. Is that next Sunday?
It's this coming Sunday because our
I guess
episode will go up on the Wednesday.
Okay, cool. So I guess I need to put up a schedule for that because our time zone or our time changes that day. So in case your time changes at a different time than our time changes, you can just hit the little notification bell to be notified when we go live next Sunday.
It does because UK and Europe changed this morning, and then North America changes this coming Sunday. That's right. Daylight savings time isn't even consistent when it changes.
It's
different everywhere.
It's the hardest programming in the world just to get time zones. Time zone math is the worst. Second only to taxes.
I have a live with Louise on Thursday. That'll happen on the 4th. Oh my god.
It's at 6:30 Manitoba time?
6:30 Manitoba time.
I don't know why I have to ask every single time. I have to put it in the show notes every week. I even have it in my calendar.
Are you ever in chat with us? I don't know. Louise is in charge.
Occasionally for a bit, sometimes for a bit at the beginning.
Okay.
Because it's before D&D.
That's legit. You've got D&D on Thursdays. So that'll be fun. So that's going on. There'll be another Critical Role Thursday night. I have no idea what I'm going to pick for challenge check-ins for the next month. I usually have like a vague idea. I have no idea.
Well, obviously the sweater in a month is a good check-in.
Well, except I can't talk about it on the podcast then. So it's not a good check-in.
Oh, that would be okay.
See the problem? You see the problem? See the problem?
Trixie.
Very
Trixie.
Very tricksy. Trixie hobbitses. So that's fine. For everybody who cannot financially support us, we super understand. Budgets are so a thing. They're so a thing. Have you seen the grocery prices recently? Oh my god! And there's
gas prices.
And they're expected to keep going. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I gotta drive to Ottawa in a couple of weeks, and not looking forward to those gas prices.
No, that's gonna suck.
Still cheaper than taking the train by like a lot.
Which is just depressing.
Yeah.
It's just depressing. So, all right, it is what it is, and here we are. If you guys have the opportunity or chance to, hitting like, subscribing to here on YouTube, following us on Instagram, sharing pictures of what you're working on. This is stuff we're always interested in, because heaven knows I do not have enough stuff on the go. I require inspiration at all times. All times. As Diana so kindly reminded us in the Instagram reels, we are under 60 days till Christmas.
We are indeed under 60 days until Christmas.
Do with that information what you see fit.
I think by the time this goes out, it'll be about 50 days until Christmas.
I'm contemplating a Christmas stocking for myself this year.
Ooh, that'll be nice.
Knit one. I have enough scrap yarn at the right weight. I could do a colorwork Christmas stocking. Just cause. I also technically have a fireplace because my space heater is in a fiberglass fireplace.
It counts. It's a fireplace, whatever.
Yeah, it's a fireplace. I just get to move it with me and plug it in, so it's good. So that's the thing I can contemplate and do. So we'll see what happens. Otherwise, I think we're good. You have some critical role to catch up on. I need to get ready. Apparently the mysterious Mr. B is coming over to play some Blood Bowl, and I still don't have a living room, so I need to do that right away.
Yeah. I've got
no Amazon yet.
Board games later.
No Amazon yet. No Amazon.
Ooh, Amazon.
I want my stuffs. I want my stuffs.
Amazon.
That's what I say. All right. So until Sunday, I will say I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.